Good afternoon, Titans fans. I'm here with Indiana University South Bend head men's basketball coach Scott Cooper. Coach, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Kind of new to South Bend area, IU's campus. How's it treating you so far?
I love it. Everybody's been really supportive and looking forward to getting going.
Good. Let's talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy and what you're trying to instill in your players for this season.
A lot of it is we just try to make our players as good a players as they can possibly be, bring in the best players and people we can as recruits and that, and put them in a framework that's real aggressive where they can play to their strengths, and so far so good.
Sure. Being new to the Chicago Collegiate Athletic Conference, give me your thoughts on the conference as a whole.
From what I know, I haven't seen any of the teams play in a long time, but from what I know, it's a really high level of play. You've got Cardinal Stritch, who's coming off a national championship, St. Xavier, who's been great year in and year out up there. Robert Morris is now back in the conference, and they've probably got the best talent level of anybody in the league. And a lot of the middle tier teams like St. Francis, all of that can be really, really competitive on a national level too. So I think top to bottom, it's a really competitive conference, and we're going to need to step up our game to compete at the top again.
Sure. With you have one scrimmage in the books, another one coming up here on Saturday before you open your season. Give me your thoughts on your team thus far.
So far, so good. We're a little young. We're playing 4 sophomores right now, 3 of whom are going to start for us. We've got a really talented senior in Chris Beam that I think is going to be one of the better players in the league, especially with our within our system. I think it really suits his strengths well. But we've still got a long way to go. I think our guys are really excited that we're scoring a lot more points than they have in the past, and some things like that. But they got to understand that we haven't faced that top level competition that we're going to see in the CCA every night, and we see how we do when we hit some adversity.
Sure. Last year's team, you obviously know, school record, 20 wins. Looking forward to this year, what are your expectations?
Our big theme for the season has been no steps backwards. New coach, new players, new system, all that stuff. We want to make sure that we continue that progress that they've made over the last couple of years here, and keep that kind of going.
Sure. You just mentioned new coaching staff, couple new faces. How is your team meshing with all the new faces around the program?
So far, so good. We've got, I brought in 2 coaches with me. Bill Rylick, who played for me at Ohio Wesleyan, great guy, real high character, high energy guy. Comes from a real good college program and a real good high school program, and so he's got some good experience there, and he understands me, having played for me for 2 years there at Ohio Wesleyan, which I think is important because I've got a lot of different quirks than I'm sure the previous coaching staff had. And then you've got Alonzo Bass, who played here and knows these guys and knows obviously a lot of the returners really well in the school and the conference and that. And I think he brings that other element to it that so we've got some experience within the conference, and we've got some experience with the new coaching staff that kind of help bring those things together. At least that's what I'm hoping.
Sure. What can Titan fans expect to see? Looking forward to this season.
We've got a team that's going to play really hard. We're going to play really fast, which is something I think that a lot of the schools in this league haven't seen before, and I shouldn't say haven't seen before, but don't do quite as much and haven't done here quite as much in the past. So we should be a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully that turns into wins, but as of right now, so far so good. But I think you'll have good kids off the court too. I think, and that's a key component of our program, is we really look for not only good players that are going to win games on the court, but guys that are great kids off the court are going to get done in the classroom and in the community, and so far that's been great.
Good. You touched a little bit on Chris Beam, our returner from last year. Talk about some other key returners from last year's 20-win team.
Well, Chris is definitely, I think, our guy is probably one of our most talented players, if not our most talented player. That's going to be a big change for him. We're moving him to the point this year, which is something he hadn't played in the past. And that's, I think, really going to play to his strengths, and we're expecting big things from him. Riley Stickter's another one. Started every game as a freshman last year. Had to play kind of the 5 for him last year because they were a little undersized and played inside a lot. That's going to be a big change for him. We're moving him out to the perimeter. And so far that's been great for him, and really lets him take advantage of his athleticism and some of the things he does well. Shane Cook's another one. Shane started 20 games, I think, 2 years ago on a team that was pretty solid where they won 16 or 17 games. Didn't play a whole lot last year, but stuck with it. And again, he's another one that within our system I think is really taken off, and he has a chance to play quite a bit for us and be a good player for us. And some of the younger guys that didn't play as much last year, Mark White, who I think started a little bit towards the end of the year but was playing off the bench most of the year, will probably start for us this year. The way we play takes advantage of his athleticism quite a bit. He's another one that's a good fit. Beecher Ward, Another one didn't play much last year that, again, within our system is just kind of a better fit. And he has been really, really good. And then Brandon Beam will actually be our backup point guard and play the wing for us some this year. He's another one who, again, his skill set just fits really well into what we do. And he has a chance to be really, really good, I think, not only this year, but down the next 3 years.
Good. What about some newcomers? Talk about a couple key newcomers.
We've got two newcomers that I think are going to play a lot for us. One is Jason Jordan. Jason has a chance to be a really, really good player here. He's a little bit older. He's played at the Division II level in a pretty good league down there, Hawaii Pacific. He played at a good junior college program where he was really successful, averaged I think almost 18 points a game for Lincoln Trail, which is a Division I junior college. And he's a guy who can really score, and that's something we're going to need. And with the way we play, getting a lot more possessions and that kind of thing, I think he's going to put up big numbers this year. And Addison Daub, a freshman, has a chance to play a lot for us this year. Addison can really shoot the ball. Was really well coached in high school at DeKalb High School. Comes here, and again, I think he's another one that's just a really good fit. He can really shoot the three, he runs the floor well, he's pretty good in our press. And he's good enough off the bounce that if somebody, he played the point in high school, if somebody runs him off the line, he can score off the dribble a little bit. He's got a real good mid-range game, and we're expecting big things out of his career here.
Good. Well, thanks for your time. Best of luck this year. The men's basketball team will open their home season a week from today as they host Ohio Midwestern University. Tip-off is set for 8 o'clock. For more information on the men's basketball program, visit iusbtitans.com.